Oh, it's bad luck to be you. The prophecy is never coming true. In a pickle you'll be stuck.
Like a chicken, you will cluck.
Oh, it's bad luck to be you. Believing that.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where today we are playing The Bard's Tale, an action RPG from 2004. It's available on Steam for only $10. It's a comedy game. I definitely recommend it to you. The writing is superb. The voice acting is superb. And the gameplay is pretty cool. And like I mentioned at the end of the last episode, if you are watching this to see if you want to buy it, when I'm outdoors, I have this kind of rough slowdown. It's only because I'm recording. It is not part of the actual game. So we're in this forest just slaughtering wolves and collecting goods. Not really a whole hell of a lot going on, but that's fine. As I usually do in RPGs, I'm taking my time with it. I'm trying to kill everything. I don't believe enemies respawn, and to get all the secrets, you need to collect every scrap of gold you can possibly get. I did not collect all the secrets the first time I played this game. I didn't have the patience for it, but that was many years ago. I actually played the PlayStation 2 version of this game. Alright, we got a level up. Excellent, so we can...
The stronger the bard is, the more damage he can inflict with melee weapons.
Yep, that's what we're doing. We're going to put both points into strength. That's why I become self-sufficient. So... now, the Bard himself is fairly weak. When I played this game the first time, I made him an archer, primarily. Like, he has a bow, but the controls for using the bow are kind of wacky. At least for the PC version, you have to click and hold in a direction, and then when you release the button, you release the bow, or the arrow, rather, which is kind of weird. I'm sure I can get used to it, but in RPGs, I usually am offense first, and I like specializing. Therefore, I figured I'd pour all my points, or most of my points anyway, into strength. Although toward the long term, what you really want to put your points into is rhythm, because the higher your rhythm score, the stronger your beasties will be, your summoned creatures, and they usually do most of the work for you. Especially toward the end. And the longer you can keep them alive, the better. So probably starting with the next level, or whenever I happen to get my second creature, I'll start putting equal points into strength and rhythm, with the occasional point going into constitution so I can actually survive. Especially against a super wolf like that. Ow. Oh, good job, Thunder Spider. Oh, get up, dude. Get up. Hurry, hurry. Thunder Spider's about to die. Thunder Spider is dead. Run away, run away, run away! So the game pauses while you create another summon. And that is the problem with this game, especially early. There is a lot of such running around like a lunatic while your creatures get summoned and move into position. Ugh, come on. Move faster, Bard! There you go, good job. Alright, so the way forward is to the right, so we are going to go left. As I said before, we are exploring everything. We want every treasure chest if there are multiple ones to be had, plus we get multiple experience points. The game has several difficulty levels, but the difficulty levels... relate to your stats, which I think is kind of interesting. Like, the game actually doesn't get easier. Enemies still inflict the same amount of damage regardless of difficulty level, but when you play on easy, you have a lot more stat points to work with, and you can pretty much start off being ridiculously OP. And then with hard, it's the opposite. You have very few stat points to work with, so the game becomes more difficult. But because there are no achievements, and I generally play this game for the story, I never played it on hard. But I can never play games on easy. It makes me feel like I'm cheating myself out of something. I don't know. There are a few games that I've played on easy just when I say fuck it. especially The Witcher. God, that game is rough. That's definitely a game for hardcore players. The Witcher, Dragon Age Origin, when I played it the second time, I put it in easy because I just wanted to experience the story. One of my best friends online, her name is Crowbeak. She plays the same way, so I don't feel too weird about it. But anyway, all right, we're going to explore up here. I think I have explored everything there is to explore. Oh, I mentioned in a previous episode, I usually like playing like this with the map in my face. If that annoys the crap out of you, let me know, and I will not keep the map up. I can just leave it as the mini-map. It's one of those things where it's easy to perceive if you're playing, like, you know, it's like your mind can filter out the thing that's in your way. So, like, when I'm attacked, I can, you know, mentally filter out the map and still concentrate on where the enemies are. It's almost like, it's similar to an optical illusion. My unnamed studio guest actually showed me a picture, which I'm pretty sure YouTube won't let me put on here, but Google the what search terms did you use to find it? Was it body paint frog, I think? My unnamed guest didn't realize I was talking to her. But anyway, that's that's all right. No, I said, what were the Google search terms that brought up the body paint? Was it body paint frog or something?
It was body art painting 5 people. Wait, body art 5. Wait, body paint frog 5 people.
Body paint frog 5 people. Google that, body paint frog 5 people, and you'll see what I mean. It looks like a frog, but if you let your eyes kind of relax, you'll see that it's really just the most ridiculously awesome body art ever. And it's 5 women who comprise this frog that if you look at it, you know, if you perceive it, it's one way it's a frog. If you perceive it in another way, it's the 5 women in very uncomfortable positions.
You must be the fella who's been chasing all over.
Oh, this guy! He's my favorite.
That shocking beast of yours.
I love him. Shut up, douche.
You've obviously heard of me, so you know I'm not a man to be trifled with. I've come to learn a bit of magic, and I won't take no for an answer.
Oh, don't hurt me, friend. Don't hurt me. And I'll tell you where to find a song worth knowing. Go back into the center of town and head to the town well. Climb down to the bottom of it, and there you'll find exactly what you deserve.
You must be joking.
I am not
Just
going to
one
the bottom
shot,
of a
my
well.
friend. What you're looking for is at the bottom of that well.
You people try my patience. Okay, I'll do it.
To show my goodwill, I've even opened up a quick way back to town for you. It's right over there.
Thank you. Maybe you can grind. I can't remember. Because in the game there are treasure map pieces. The shopkeeper is selling one now for 4,200 money. And they're so ridiculously expensive. It's like, I don't think you can get it without grinding the shit out of the game, but I don't think you can grind. So there might be a way to grind that I just don't know about. To be honest, I never really did research the game too heavily. Back in 2004, GameFAQs was... Well, they hadn't... It wasn't like they had just started, but they weren't exactly... they weren't exactly... What's the word I want to use? Mainstream. Thank you, Akamara. They weren't mainstream, and I'm trying to remember. I must have had some sort of online access back then, but I didn't... I don't know. I was still in that mindset that using guides was dishonorable or cheapening the experience or just some other bullshit. So I wound up not using them very often. Okay, before we go down the well, I want to check out these other buildings real quick. Because I did not check them the first time. Maybe we can lead to some more cash here. I want those treasure map pieces. I never got any treasure map pieces the first time I played this game. So, I want to... What is it? There's nothing here. There's nothing here! Oh. Fine, whatever, we'll go back out. But yeah, so I want to do the treasure pieces. I want to see what that leads to. Probably better weapons and shit. But whatever it is, it can only help. Let's see, that's an exit from the town. We'll go there in a second, too. I don't know why I skipped these buildings. Or oh, maybe I didn't. That's the store. Okay, let's see what happens if I try to leave the town. Oh, I can leave the town. Well, that's good. So... oh, God. Oh, God, there are monsters chasing me. Oh, that's how you grind. You just grind on the overworld. Is that it? 0 out of 6. Defeat all enemies. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I didn't have my weapon out. Ouch. Wake up. Wake up. Me. Well, we're getting some wolf pelts. Alright, well, the enemies are defeated. So is that it? The enemies are defeated and I get to move on? Okay, it says to leave the area. Alright. Well, let's not leave yet. Let's make sure there's no treasure chest around here. Probably isn't, to be honest. I didn't get that much money from that, so I wonder if there's something else I'm missing. And by the way, I don't have the music muted. There's just simply no music, which is also a little disconcerting. But anyway. Okay, so... oh, these guys are actually chasing me. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, I can just walk through the town. Okay. Alright, let's see what this dude is all about. Luckily I saved just in case something goes wrong here. So I guess in theory you can't just grind on random enemies that you see.
Attack!
Whoa, that dude hits hard. Good job, Spider. Ugh, I can only hit like twice before... wow, my spider is really helping just from the stun.
Stay down!
Ouch. Come on, Spider, get him. Get him, get him, get him. Yep, I can only do like 2 attacks and then I get... run away. Come on back, Spider. Okay. Get him. Get him, get him. Stab him. Stab him harder. Ow. Am I dead? I'm dead. Wait.
Oh, no. That does make my day. Thus ends our tale.
Man, this narrator's a jerk. Alright, well, at least now I know what happens when I snuff it. Okay, so the last place I saved was before the combination. Before the conversation, I'm sorry. I sort of lost my brain there for a minute as the Akamura walked beside me. Okay, so we'll skip this stuff after we talk to him.
Well now, who have we here?
Okay.
You've obviously heard of me. So heard it already.
Nice. I love the bard, how self-aware he is. Alright, so... okay, so there's nothing more I can do. We're just going to head over to the well. I'm going to time skip over there so I can move a little bit faster. Alright, here we are in the well, or at the well. And he just jumps on in without any rope. I don't know how the hell he thinks he's going to get out of there. Here we are, ankle deep in water.
What I'm looking for is at the bottom of a well, huh? I'm gonna make Bannerfeet pay for this wild goose chase.
Indeed. So, just hit F to leave the well. That easy? Okay. So he made me jump up down to the bottom of the well for no reason, and now we just instantly teleport back up. That's useful. Alright, so now where's the map pointing me? The same area. Wouldn't it make more sense if I went in through the back way? Let's pretend I actually know what I'm talking about, and we'll go in the back way after I slaughter this chicken. I missed the chicken.
Charge!
There we go. Killed the chicken. He exploded into a mess of feathers and blood. I feel like I've done my good deed for the day. Oh, I can't even leave this, can I? This is exit only. Oh, there we go. Haha, I just had to get around the tree. Alright, so we are going to see if that stupid freaking little gnome has anything else to tell. Oh, the enemies do come back. Okay. That's how to grind. Okay, so you can just grind for experience and money and shit. Well, that's good to know. I, might do some offline grinding, or off-camera grinding if I feel the need to get some extra cash or experience points. But see, given that I'm only getting 4 gold for every wolf pelt, it's like I am losing... Ugh, come on. Given that I only get 4 silver per wolf pelt, this would take like freaking forever to get the 4,200 necessary to get that map piece. And the map pieces actually are only available for a short amount of time, and then they disappear after you get so far in the story.
Well, look who it is. Find anything interesting in the well?
I will
funny.
cut your face off.
Let me return the favour by throwing you in a hole 6 feet deep.
Maybe now you'll have a wee bit more respect for your betters, eh?
I'll teach you some respect.
Look here, calm down. I was just having a wee bit of fun at your expense. No need to get murderous about it. Slay me, Bard, and you'll never learn that magic you're after. Wouldn't you like a little something to even the odds when facing wily fellas like myself?
I'm listening. For now.
Sheriff Rucky keeps a jail in a forest. Inside is a prisoner by the name of Kettle Swat. Spring him free for me and you get your song. The good news is that there are no guards around. The bad news is that they abandoned their posts to avoid a tribe of Kunaltrau that have claimed the building as their own. Once you make it past their patrols, you'll need to say Fiddlesnarf at the door to be let in. When he's free, come back here and I'll teach you some magic. Fair enough?
No, not really, but it's a start. I don't relish chasing you around this forest, so I'll do what you ask. But you had better keep your end of the bargain, or I'll make you wish you had.
Yeah, back to the freaking town. Ugh. Okay, well, luckily the entrance to the jail we accidentally kind of ran into earlier, so we know where it is. It's easy to get to. It's just a little bit east of where this door is. Anyway, one of these days, I'm sure I'm going to play this game to completion, but as usual for Let's Plays, I try not to play to completion. Instead, I play for relative speed, so you guys don't get too bored while you're waiting for me. It's never fun watching somebody grind for hours and hours at a time. Although, like I said, if I get the bug and I decide that I do want to grind and get that stupid map treasure piece, I might do it. I'll just do it off camera, and then that way it's happy for everybody. You don't have to see the BS, but you do get to see the awesome stuff that comes as a result. So, here is the jail, but we will head into it in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.